Fat Joy! Hey there, I'm Charlotte with Colorful Teaching for You, and today we're going to be looking at celebrating Chinese New Year within our homes and our classrooms. So, you might be wondering, well, why is she doing this? Because I am not Chinese. Now, my husband is Chinese and my son is half Chinese, but I started this tradition way before I even met them. In fact, I started this before I even, started teaching professionally because I was volunteering before. And so I love it because where I live, we have a very large Chinese population. So I think it's so important that we embrace all of our different cultures and learn to live with each other and accept each other. And a few weeks ago, I talked about teaching or how to teach cultural diversity within our classrooms. And so today we're going to be focusing on one type of culture, and that is the Chinese culture. So if you don't already know, Monday that's coming up is Chinese New Year Eve, and then on Tuesday is actually Chinese New Year. So when I said Gung Hei Fat Choi, I was actually wishing you a happy Chinese New Year and well wishes. So let's get to this. One of the things, I've actually got 4 different activities you can do. Chinese New Year doesn't, while it's on, say, Tuesday, right? It actually starts before. The activities start before. You don't just do the activity right on the spot or on that day. So I have 4 activities that 3 of them actually relate to the day of Chinese New Year that you can do with your kids, and they're super engaging, but we want to build an understanding of Chinese New Year well before we even get to that day. So what I like to do is the first step, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. I'd love for you to implement it, and if you are excited about it, then go check out the blog, www.colorfulteachingforyou.com/blog, and I will link to the exact article with this or in the description of this video. Okay, so let's get started with the first action, and that is called clean it up. And you can tell I'm super excited. I like cleaning. So what we do is we do a deep clean of my classroom, and I explain to the kids that it's not just work. It's because we are trying to get rid of all of the the old stuff to make room for the new things. And in the same way, on a different level, you're also getting rid of all of that negative energy and negative space, and entering or bringing in or inviting in new and positivity into your life, joy into your life, happiness into your life, wealth into your life. So that's why we get rid of all the old things. And you don't do it on the day of Chinese New Year, but before, so that you make room on the day of. So we do that, and I don't like to make it boring, because heck, I'm not boring, so why would I make this boring? What I like to do is I like to bring little candies, like Chinese New Year candies, for the kids, and I give them candy along, or prizes for participating, or we make it a little game. We have little groups, and who's doing what and how well are they doing it, and they just really get into it. And so we get prizes out. Really, everybody wins. Shh, they don't need to know that though, right? They all win, just for different things. And we also put on some music, and we get in the groove and have some fun, because that's what it's all about. We learn about different cultures in a fun and engaging way. So I'm not just celebrating the culture and just leaving it there on a superficial level. We want to get into just why we celebrate it, but also about the culture itself. Now, if you aren't sure how to start teaching about cultural diversity, like I said a few weeks ago, I talked about it, and I will link to it in the description. And I'll also link to the full article for this if you want to really get into this with me. But in the meantime, let's recap really quickly. We talked about the importance of teaching Chinese New Year, specifically in regards to cultural diversity. And we looked at one way that you can, or one activity that you can do right away, and I call it clean it up. So that is it for me for today, and I look forward to seeing you. Take care. Gung Hei Fat Choi. Happy New Year to all of you, and good wishes and good health to you. Take care, my friends, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.